What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're continuing our Madden 20 realistic rebuild series with the Buffalo Bills. A team that, kind of like. I like Sean McDermott, like a bunch of guys on their team, and I was going to do them last week, but then the Poyer Jacksonville Jaguars thing happened, and I was like, all right, let's just bump them out, and, the Bills can wait. And here we are. We're finally on the Buffalo Bills, and this is a rebuild all about reclaiming the AFC East. A Patriots team from a Madden standpoint that is very old, and a Bills team from a Madden standpoint, which out of the Dolphins, Jets, and Buffalo, you would think are the closest to being the team that can finally topple the New England Patriots and end the reign of dominance in the AFC East. Can we win a Super Bowl with the Buffalo Bills? A team that, wide right and everything about the 90s and going to the Super Bowl 4 times and not winning. We need to try and just get rid of that. Get rid of that stigma and do the damn thing. And I think they have an outstanding chance and a roster that has a very high ceiling to do so. So let's look at our roster, how it's going to go. So we got Josh Allen at quarterback. Obviously a very polarizing quarterback as from a Madden standpoint, we can work with that. 77 overall star dev. I think when you look at Josh Allen, everyone knows the 99 throw power. I think, honestly, he gets too much shit for how, solid he is. He's solid. He misses throws, but he also makes throws that guys that don't miss the easy throws can't make. So it's a give and take. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you have a Josh Allen, and yeah, he might miss 2 or 3 sitters. I don't know if you guys watch soccer. I think they use that term in hockey as well, where it's like, you miss something that you should score. And that is a side and aspect to his game he needs to improve. But then there's other deep plays and ridiculous scramble plays and extending the drive with his legs that other quarterbacks that might always make those underneath routine passes won't be able to make. So I think it's a give and take, and we definitely need to continue to develop him and work on his accuracy. But the upside is there, and he's very much going to be, at least in the plans, to be our franchise quarterback. Really want to get rid of him, but, we know my thoughts on Matt Barkley. Running back. So we got a lot of talent here. We have Devin Singletary, who I remember the last time we did a rebuild with the Bills, he was one of the best running backs we've ever had in a sim. So hopefully that continues here today. Not a scheme fit, but still an outstanding running back. 80 overall, 21. Again, should be much like Josh Allen in our long-term plans. Leave me alone! We got Frank Gore, just a veteran, and Yeldon, solid running back. That's a pretty healthy running back team. But Singletary clearly is going to be our lead back. At wide receiver, this is where they need the most help. I'll tell you right now, we're going to be, for how much depth and talent is in the 2020 draft class of wide receiver, we're probably going to grab 2, to say the least. We got John Brown, great, a really solid deep threat. Cole Beasley, solid slot wide receiver, but they're 29 and 30 respectively. That's not particularly great. You got Robert Foster, limited upside. Same with Isaiah McKenzie. Great speed for both of them, but I don't really think that either one of these guys are going to be, maybe one of them could emerge as like a wide receiver 3 or something like that. You got Duke Williams from the CFL, Andre Roberts with a fairly ugly contract that we want to move on from. Do they think guys star dev? Any of them? Cole Beasley, maybe ex-Cowboy. Oh, wow. Okay. Tight end, clearly, there's one name here, Dawson Knox, that we want to be our starter right off the rip. Great pick out of Ole Miss. Another very valuable asset, young asset, much like Devin Singletary at the skill positions. So we're really rocking with him, and we'll be able to get some ugly tight end contracts off the books as soon as we possibly can. Offensive line, there's, it's ups and downs. There's some solid players. I think Deion Dawkins can very much be in our long-term plan, 77 normal. Quentin Spain, formerly of the Tennessee Titans, he's solid, but he's also 28, so he's not really a long-term option. Same with Mitch Morse. John Feliciano at right guard's okay, and at right tackle, we'll go with Cody Ford. I thought that was an outstanding pick in the second round for the Buffalo Bills out of Oklahoma. He will be our starter at right tackle, and then we can get rid of Nseki's really bad-looking contract. On the defensive side, we got Trent Murphy, a defensive end, solid for what it's worth, 79. Normal dev, he's 28. Right end, we got Jerry Hughes and Shaq Lawson. Probably, is there upside with Shaq Lawson? He's a 78 star, and he's only 25, but I feel like his ceiling's probably going to be around like an 81, 82 overall. He's not going to, what does it cost? Almost 10,000 XP to get him to grow, go up in depth trait. So, I don't know. We're going to have an interesting decision to make there, but we'll go probably with Jerry Hughes for the time being. D-tackle, Ed Oliver, my boy, probably my favorite player from last year's draft class. I had him as my number 1 true talent. Understanding, when I don't think he was going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year, but I think when all is said and done, we're going to look back at Ed Oliver's career and you compare it with, the Nick Bosas, the Quinnen Williams. I honestly think Ed Oliver might have a chance, year 10, to surpass Nick Bosa in terms of what they've been able to do. But obviously Nick Bosa started out, I'm not going to say Nick Bosa sucks. I never said that at one point during the draft stage, because clearly he's an unreal talent. I think Ed Oliver is just on that level as well. But he's going to be franchise player, probably the face of this defense going forward. Jordan Phillips actually had a breakout year in real life. After being a high pick from the Miami Dolphins, they kind of threw him to the curb here. Maybe he can emerge as our second D. 26, that's an all right age. Star Lotulelei, horrible contract. Want to get rid of that. Here's Phillips, solid depth. Let's get rid of Corey Luget, even though he's a star dev. You're not going to play, and it frees up almost $1 million. Linebacking core, we got Matt Milano, who's a 79, normal, solid. Probably can make him into a long-term starter with that age. Tremaine Edmonds, one of the best young middle linebackers in the National Football League. He's only 21. He has that star dev. He's an absolute beast, much like Ed Oliver, face of this defense. Lorenzo Alexander, just for the sake of my roster, anyone that retired, even though he doesn't line up because he would hypothetically get one full year of them, just so that, we don't have the Luke Kuechly's and stuff just dominating our sim. Lorenzo Alexander did retire, even though he still should be on the roster at this point. We got Voshon Joseph out of Florida. He's going to be our starter. I definitely think... I actually don't really know how well he played as a rookie, but he was really good at Florida. I think he definitely could emerge next year and be the starter and take over for Lorenzo Carter. Is that his name? Lorenzo Carter? No, it's not. That's the guy on the Giants. What's his name? Lorenzo Alexander. There we go. Trey White, 88 overall, superstar X-Factor corner. I don't think the last time we did the Buffalo Bills he had this ability, but he does now, and that's great. Levi Wallace, 78. I don't know if this Madden rating really correlates with how well he plays in real life. I think Buffalo Bill fans usually think this guy sucks, but from a Madden standpoint, 24.78, really good rating. Teron Johnson's 23.76. Yeah, these could be our three corners for this rebuild. I don't think corner's going to be a priority whatsoever. Free safety, you got Micah Hyde, who's a superstar dev, 88 overall at 28. Not really a long-term option for the time being. Really strong safety. We got Jordan Poyer, who's an 85 at 28 as well, star dev. So I think for at least the next 2-3 years, we don't need to worry anything about our safety tandem. They're going to be one of the best in the league. Special teamers, Hauschka is a very expensive kicker. Solid kicker, but that is just way too much money to have for a kicker. So as soon as we can get out of that contract, we will. And we got a guy that just butchers the name Corey with an E in it. That's disgusting. 94 kick power. He's an okay punter. And maybe he could be in our long-term plans. But overall, very interesting roster we have here for the Buffalo Bills. I'm very optimistic that we will be able to win a Super Bowl. And, hey, come on. The sad part about it, though, is it's all going to fall on the shoulders of Josh Allen. Is Josh Allen going to develop into a franchise quarterback? Or is he just going to be kind of like a middling, just average, never going up in a dev trait, peaks at like an 84 overall, and we're just, we're the Detroit Lions. So let's find out. Let's get into year one. So at the bye week, not great. We're 1-4, and this starts after the first game against the Jets. That was the season opener where Devin Singletary had 4 touchdowns. I was like, oh, right. Gonna be a great start. It ended up being not great. Hey, this would be let's just see if we can get a win here, because this is gonna give us an idea. We're going up against the other 1-4 team. Hey, we beat them. And we had a breakout scenario for Devin Singletary. I will tell you right now, I've had about 6 already. We're in week 8, 6 dev trade scenarios. All of them have failed, so we're not off to a great start there. But look at the contracts. Let's see what we got here. Midway, any of these guys that we want long-term on our squad. Obviously, some of these guys we can't negotiate with. Kroom, no. Jordan Phillips. It's not bad. That's a lot. 26, 27, 28. It'd be something like you'd want to give him a 2-year deal at this point. We got a lot of money to spend. Quentin Spain, 2-year deal's not brutal, if you'll take that. All these guys want more money. Levi Wallace is someone that went long-term, 5-year deal. I definitely think we can get him up to the mid-80s if need be. Shaq Lawson at this point, it's not a bad $6 million. We get him a 4-year deal. It's still 5 for a guy that's not even starting. He's not a scheme fit. I think we're probably got to let him walk, and we'll definitely renegotiate at least one more time with both Phillips and Spain. Looking for depth guys. Yeah, probably don't want to bring back any of these guys. At the end of year number 1, not quite what we were expecting, as the Bills did make the playoffs in real life, and we were 8-8, second to the Patriots, and we do have Coach Fiery on, so I don't know how short of a leash we are currently on with Sean McDermott here as the head coach of the Buffalo Bills. Like I said, I think we had finished with 8 dev trade scenarios, and not one of our players achieved the goal that they had set, which is kind of disappointing, but here we are. hopefully some of these guys had statistical performances that helped them get a dev trade. So looking at Josh Allen, very weird year for him, only having 2 interceptions, but he's known as like one of the most inaccurate quarterbacks in the NFL. Overall, I guess it's not a horrible year. Running the ball over 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns for Devin Singletary. Receiving, we got 908 for Cole Beasley. Solid year from Brown. Dawson Knox is not bad for a rookie at all. Really good numbers for Devin Singletary out the backfield. I mean, that's 1,600 yards from scrimmage and 13 touchdowns for the rookie. Might be your offensive rookie of the year. Defensively, Tremaine Edmonds, 110 tackles, 2 TFLs, 3.5 sacks. Matt Milano over 100 tackles as well. We got 10 sacks from Jerry Hughes, 7 from Jordan Phillips, 5.5, as well as 12 TFLs from Ed Oliver. Daryl Johnson, the rookie, got 5. We did re-sign Shaq Lawson to a 5-year deal because he's a 79 overall star. But Jesus, Johnson getting 5 sacks there, maybe that's not that great of a decision. We probably could have rock and roll with him. Picks, we got 5 picks from our Superstar X Factor, Trey White. I like seeing that a lot. Interceptions were definitely a success here for the Buffalo Bills. Yearly awards, MVP went to Matt Ryan. Great. And clearly, again, forgot to retire Andrew Luck, which I will go do so in a second. Sorry, Denver, stop cheating in my franchise modes. Josh Allen, number 8, Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year went to C.J. Mosley. Devin Singletary is your Offensive Rookie of the Year. Dawson Knox making that shortlist. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Devin Bush. Ed Oliver coming in at 7. Quarterbacks Brady, Chubb, Sutton. I don't think we're going to really have anybody here outside our boy Trey White winning a Defensive Back of the Year. But overall, not a successful season. Let's get into the offseason. Hopefully draft some big-name wide receivers. How about Josh Allen on the offense? First wave of free agency, we do have a lot of money, but really there is no upgrades at positions in need, like Shaq Barrett. It's not a scheme fit. We don't really want to gamble on paying anyone over the age of 26. So no one really fits the parameters that we like to look for to upgrade any of our team. So unfortunately, first year free agency, we're just going to save our money and keep it so we can extend guys next year. So getting a draft recap here of our first draft with the Buffalo Bills. Pretty much went as expected. In the first round, we went after wide receiver Justin Jefferson, 71 hidden dev out of LSU. Impressed a lot of people at the combine, especially with his speed that didn't really appear on field. But obviously a very dynamic player for the national champion LSU Tigers. Second round, we got one of my favorite players in the draft, Denzel Mims, 71 overall hidden dev wide receiver. Coming in with 92 speed. I mean, he destroyed the combine. And, now it's just everyone else starting to come around to something that I already knew for the last, 2-3 years. Third round, we got Shane Lemieux, 71 hidden dev guard. So starting out very, very hot with the dev traits. And a guy like Lemieux is going to challenge to start. Especially with Quentin Spain. We got John Feliciano at our 2 guards. Either they're not that great, they've reached their ceiling, or they're getting kind of old. So a guy like Lemieux might have a chance to start as a rookie because of that dev trade. Fourth round, we got Harrison Bryant, tight end, 67 overall out of Florida Atlantic. Michael Ojemudia and Javaris Davis adding some corner depth in the later rounds. But we're expecting big things here from Mims and Jefferson, who both project to start as rookies. We kick off year 2. Here's where our squad is at. We are at 82 overall on the offense, retooling it just a little bit. Josh Allen, Singletary return. We're going Mims and Jefferson as our starters. We got Beasley in the slot, John Brown as the outside guy. On the offensive line, Lemieux will start at right guard over Feliciano. That is the only change up top. As you can see, no dev trade increases, which was annoying. On the defense, we did have one dev trade increase in the offseason. That was Matt Milano going from a normal dev to a star dev. Again, no real changes to any of these positions. Things are just remaining exactly the same. We're maintaining. We're going to hope that these guys continue to grow and develop. So expectations, 8-8 last year. Definitely want to try and at least go above 500 to help improve our job security. If not, sneak into the wild card and make the playoffs. So we're coming out just about the midway point of year number 2, and better start. We're top of the AFCs with a 5-3 record. This is about the time that the Patriots start to regress a little bit because they are an older team. So I'm pretty happy with where our team is at. Actually, this is a big game. Let's just see. Let's just get a true read on how well can we beat the Patriots. Whoa! Not only beat the Patriots, we absolutely smoke them. So let me just we're continuing to make our playmakers here scheme fits. In Mr. Denzel Mims' case, make him a power. He is a star dev, which is less than ideal. Shane Lemieux, continue to make him a scheme fit. What's his dev trait? Just a little sneak peek. Probably star, which he is. Whatever. All these guys are already good. So we'll get contracts here. What are we talking about? We got a new ability for Ed Oliver, which is pretty cool. He has pass rush elite. Nice. Contracts. So we got Jordan Poyer. I can see right there. He's 29. Wants a 4-year deal? Absolutely not. Matt Milano, 26. He's in 82. A lot more open to signing this deal. If he'll take it, he wants a little bit more money. You could probably do that. Deion Dawkins at tackle. 3-year. Ooh, $9 million cap hit. There's a lot of money for like, That's a lot of money for a tackle that's probably going to peak at like an 83 overall, but I think what else we're going to spend the money on, right? Probably not going to, we're going to have to draft linemen eventually. So, for the time being, that's not a, terrible deal. And we'll make sure we can extend Matt Milano. At the end of year 2, we have secured, even though we had an ugly Week 17 loss to the Patriots, we have secured a first-round bye with a 10-6 record, which is obviously really, really damn good. And I like the fact that it's only year 2 that we got this, and it helps our job security up because that's now a thing because we can get fired as seen in the Jacksonville Jaguars rebuild. Looking at our squad here right now, I guess looking at our roster because we did have some hidden devs, a lot of hidden devs from the draft class. Both Denzel Mims and Justin Jefferson were star devs, which is, it is what it is. Same with Shane Lemieux, but, star dev's better than a bronze dev. That's all I can say. Defensively, nothing really has changed outside of the fact that we did extend Matt Milano, and that's about it. Looking at how he performed statistically speaking, Josh Allen was pretty damn good this year. 6th in the league in passing yards, 4,200, 30 touchdowns to 7 picks. From a rushing standpoint, 1,100 yards, 15 touchdowns from Singletary, 3 from Josh Allen, 13 vultures from TJ Yeldon. So one of the best rushing attacks. Even Justin Jefferson getting a rushing touchdown here. That's 32 total rushing touchdowns. That's pretty good. Denzel Mims, 50 catches, 966 and 9 as a rookie. 905 from Dawson Knox, 785 and 8 from Cole Beasley, 640 and 3 for Justin Jefferson, 402 for Devin Singletary. That's all acceptable numbers. 114 tackles, 7 TFLs, 3 sacks, 2 picks for Tremaine Edmonds. We had 8 sacks, Trent Murphy, 6.5 from Ed Oliver, 5 from Shaq Lawson. Jordan Poyer led the team with 3 picks. Yearly awards. MVP. What a weird year. MVP went to Mitchell Trubisky. Coach of the Year went to Pete Carroll. AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Lamar Jackson, with Josh Allen coming in at number 3. Defensive Player of the Year went to Dante Hightower, with Tremaine Edmonds coming in at number 8. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Justin Herbert. Denzel Mims at 3. Justin Jefferson at 8. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Caleb Chasson. We had Javaris Davis, late round draft pick, coming in at 8. That's cool. That's something. Brissett was the number 1 quarterback. Josh Allen all the way down there at number 5. Running back went to Chubb. Singletary at 3. Wide receiver was Willie. Why is Willie Snead always really good in this sim? It's really weird. So yeah, this is where we're at. Not, an okay amount of individual success, but we had the team success, which is the most important, especially going towards building up our job security as we kick out the playoffs. Oddly enough, against the last team we did the realistic rebuilds for, which is the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, I am slowly trying to make Justin Jefferson a scheme fit, just because that's what the style we want. We want to be a little bit more aggressive, and we're very close to doing so. So that has hurt his rating a little bit. If we didn't do that, he'd probably be 79, maybe 80 overall. But I think long-term, it's going to be beneficial to the team to get him and Denzel Mims on the same page as a scheme fit. Plus, it saves you a little bit in terms of XP. So let's get into our first playoff game here with the Buffalo Bills in year 2 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Okay, always very interesting to get a true read on how this team is going to perform throughout the sim. I mean, I could be wrong. It could be placebo, but I feel like if, especially if Josh Allen, Devin Singletary, these guys are going to be, the fixtures of this offense. Same with Mims and Justin Jefferson. Even though they're going to get better and they're going to grow and develop, I feel like it does give us a good idea of how the sim is going to go. Some teams play really well. Some teams do not sim out the best, and it feels like Buffalo, we are struggling here immensely right now. Struggling to really even get out of our own side of the 50-yard line. Disappointing. Just disappointing all around. But we made the playoffs. Better than nothing. But really bad. That's really bad. Only 10 points. Really going to be one of the first kind of purges of our roster. Just getting rid of players that are, way too expensive for what we're really bringing on the field. Cole Beasley's still at an awkward spot where I think he is nice in the slot. Like Lee Smith, there's $2 million we could free up. Comes to the offense. Ooh, Quentin Space, still a 77. Could play at right guard. We'll move him to right guard for another year. I mean, we kind of knew that because we did extend him just a year ago. Who else? Too much money. Jerry Hughes, there's like $5 million. Goodbye. Thank you very much for your service. Star Latule, that's just an ugly contract. We might as well just eat this one on the chin. I don't think we're going to spend a whole lot of money in free agency anyways, but it's better just to cut ties there. We got a lot of depth at corner. Nothing much here at safety that I guess Steven Neal, it's a little too much for a guy that's 27. Just little cuts there. Same with Steven Hauschka. We could definitely do a lot better on the open market than a kicker that's 36 and kicks up a $2 million cap hit. Let's get into free agency now with even a couple more. Our pockets are a little more swole as we enter this free agency period. In free agency here, we have money to spend, and I am going to spend it. And we're going to work our way up because we need a strong safety as we moved on for Jordan Poyer, and Jamal Adams is there. So not only if we can land him, there's no other bids on him right now. He's an unreal player. He's also stealing away from the Jets. It makes the Jets that much worse. So here are our negotiations. We're looking really just at death moves, maybe giving Solomon Thomas another opportunity, as he was a, what was he, number 2, number 3 pick. Braden Mann somehow didn't get drafted, just chilling there. 78 star dev punter. But obviously Jamal Adams is going to be the big get if we can get this deal done. Unfortunately, if we don't get him in that first wave, usually that's when like the Patriots or someone annoying comes in with like a 100-point bid, and it's almost impossible to get him. And I feel like, that's about as much money, almost $98 million deal for Jamal Adams. That's about as much money as I really want to pay for him. Oh, we got him. Welcome to the squad. That might be the most highest rated free agent we've ever signed in the realistic rebuild. I'm looking at it right now. We got Keanu Neal 1 year. We got Chris Jones 1 year. We've got Leighton Vander Esch. I think 97 Jamal Adams, that takes the cake. The biggest free agency signing in realistic rebuild history to date in Madden 20 on the channel. Draft recap time for our second draft, and it was pretty damn good. We'll start from the bottom, work our way up. We got Ventrell Miller, Orion Vance, and Trey Hill, more so just as depth moves. Also a depth move was Jamar Jefferson. We needed a running back too. TJ Yeldon had actually tremendous production, like 13 double-digit touchdowns. So Jamar Jefferson of Oregon State, 69, hidden dev. Now, not a power back. Would have maybe been better to get a power back to complement Devin Singletary, but at this point, let's just get guys out there. Get guys that have talent. Get the guys that can make moves. I think Jamar Jefferson and Devin Singletary going forward is a terrific 1-2 punch. Second round, we need that third wide receiver. We have Cole Beasley for the time being, but we're going to need that other guy that can pair with Denzel Mims and Justin Jefferson. And I got Sage Surratt. Had a breakout year last year to Wake Forest. 70, hidden dev, big, powerful guy. As you can see, he's a deep threat in a slot, which works out. Almost a physical scheme fit. Really, really well-rounded. I think long-term, he could probably be one of those big slot-style wide receivers for this team. He's a real big beast, plus with that 84 catch in traffic is nice. But our first pick, because we need a new starter at defensive end potentially, even though Daryl Johnson had 5 sacks as a rookie, I went with Carlos Basham Jr. 71 hit a dev at a Wake Forest. Who would have thought we'd be a Wake Forest school? I didn't even realize that to just right now, but he's almost a scheme fit. Tremendous playmaker. Very strong, very powerful. This guy can set an edge, and he's going to get all the opportunities to start as a rookie. Year 3 for the Buffalo Bills. Feeling good. We're feeling tight. Look at that defense, 87 overall. Sean McDermott's group is ready to just get over that hump. We're able to add a couple guys late in free agency, just 1-year deals. We got Benny Snell, even though we did draft Jefferson. And actually, we'll probably just have Jefferson there anyways. Wide receiver, we got Mims, Jefferson, another Jefferson, and Sage Surratt. Offensive line remains essentially the same. Defensively, we signed O'Shea Zimenez, who's actually more of a... We're actually not going to let him play over Basham. He's going to be solid depth, and I more so got him on the books because Carl Lawson, he's got, 2 years left, a year left, and he's not really developing a whole lot, so maybe we can kind of cash out there a little bit. We also got Charles Amenahu from the Houston Texans, but more so focusing on our own team. The linebacker core's coming. All these things are coming. Oh, yeah, we got Jamal Adams. 97 overall, superstar X Factor, reinforcement ability. I expect him to be the guy that takes this team over the edge with this 87 overall defense as we get ready for year 3. The point of year 3, sensational start. 4-1 for the Buffalo Bills. The Patriots and the Jets are looking pretty competitive this year, but 4-1 with the top. There's only one top dog, and right now we are said top dog. Look at the contracts. First up, we got Trey White. Absolutely want to lock him in. We'll give him a 4-year deal worth just under $60 million. I actually think Teron Johnson's been solid. This is a very affordable deal as well. Get him on a 5-year, $24.5 million. Outside of that, looking at who we want to sign, somehow Drew Brees will not be on our team. So he's chilling. Like, I've cut him twice, and the computer just keeps auto resigning him. So that's where we're at. Micah Hyde. The contract's not bad. If you'll take that, I'll do it. If not, okay, he will. I'll say loyalty's there for the superstar Micah Hyde. Because I mean, he's not going to regress too bad. By the time of the end of that 3-year deal, he's still probably going to be in the 80s. Still be a solid safety to play along Jamal Adams. Doesn't need to be that big dog back there anymore because we do have Jamal Adams. So yeah, I mean, I think we feel pretty good with our free agency signings here. And year 3 ends terribly awkward, like a middle school slow dance. 7-9, 3-way tie across the AFCs. Even though we beat the Patriots twice, they somehow had the tiebreaker. Did we beat them twice? I feel like we beat the Patriots twice. We beat them there. Oh yeah, we split it 1-1. Yeah, I mean, obviously what is that? What is this? What are we playing? What game are we even talking about here? Looking at our lineup, we had a couple of hidden devs. Sage Surratt at wide receiver came out. Got a lot of silver going on here on this squad right now. I mean, silver's isn't bad. You can still work and grow and develop as a silver, but you obviously would like it to be gold. You get at least a couple golds here and there. But, it is what it is. Basham's also a silver. I mean, when you're the first 2 drafts, we have drafted a lot of hidden dev traits. So I guess if they're all superstars, that'd be pretty overpowered. Josh Allen was average this season. Running the ball, didn't even break 1,000 yards. Wide receiver Denzel Mims had a nice breakout year, and he wasn't even in the slot. Sage Surratt was in the slot, so that's outside wide receiver production for Denzel Mims. 91 catches, 1,100 yards, 3 tutties. 9-3 for Surratt, who might get Offensive Rookie of the Year. Knox, Jefferson, Singletary all had fairly productive seasons. Trey Edmonds, tackle machine. Matt Milano, TFL machine. 8 sacks Ed Oliver, 4.5 Jordan Phillips. 4 for the rookie, Carlos Basham, as well as 10 TFLs. It's not terrible. Interceptions were definitely down. Not quite the production I thought we'd get out of Jamal Adams. Yearly awards, MVP went to Lamar Jackson. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Lamar Jackson. Miles Jack, Justin Fields, Sean Wade. Don't think we're going to see any, unfortunately, Buffalo Bills there, which we do not. Just a complete write-off. Let's get into year 4. Interesting free agent period with Lamar Jackson there, Van Der Esch, some of the popular biddings. I was thinking about maybe getting Frank Ragnow and moving him to guard or even staying him at center because Mitch Morse is 30. However, it's really, really hard pressed this early in a realistic rebuild to spend money on an offensive lineman because we know that the Madden generated draft classes are coming up and we can usually cover the offensive line when it turns to that. So, unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna dip into free agency this year, even with Lamar Jackson staring us right in the face. Well, never seen this. At pick 11, we got a guard that was number 2 in true talent. Sick. Also, I don't need it, but I might draft it. I think I have one of those guys that didn't attend the Combine Superstar X Factors. But I'm not going to go into depth because I don't know if he's going to be available. Absolutely not a need, but in reality, the defensive ends, late first rounders, are probably going to be 70s. This guy here, Buckner, fits all the profiles of being a hidden dev X Factor. He's a first-round talent. 3rd round, did attend the Combine. 76, hidden dev, number 6 in true talent. Do we need a running back? No, not at all. But if this guy ends up being a beast, he's going to just be a better asset, more assets to have. You can never have too many positive assets, elite assets on your Madden squad. Oh, taking a look at our roster here. So, very small draft. Wasn't a lot of depth to it, and really after the 4th round, I just wanted to get out of it. But still, from top to bottom, a lot of depth here. We got a depth guard, depth defensive end. What I'm fairly confident is going to be a superstar X Factor. If you paid attention to that method video where I said, if you get hidden dev, guy to attend the Combine, early first-round grade, 95. That's a good number. 95% of the time, they're an X Factor. So maybe, and we don't need one. I mean, we got Devin Singletary. We drafted Jamar Jefferson mid-round last year. He's 74 star dev, very young, but he can always move on. You can never have enough running backs in case maybe things go sour when it comes contract time for Devin Singletary. And then we have the number 2 player in the draft in Shaq Riles. 4 trying to bounce back. knowing that 7-9 won the division last year, though, is, every team in the AFC East feels like, they can at least go 500 this year. So look at our squad on the offense. No changes to the starters outside of Riles, who, obviously an amazing pick, home run pick for us at right guard. And we got Buckner, who will be our backup running back. No dev trade increases, which has been kind of annoying. A lot of silver here. On the defense, Matt Milano did go from star to superstar dev. Other than that, no real changes. We're going to go with some of the late free agency signings we got last year, like right before the regular season. Zimenez and Omenahu are actually going to get starts on that front four. Other than that, man, team pretty much remains the same. Would definitely like to see maybe bigger production from Jamal Adams, considering he is the biggest free agency signing in realistic rebuild history in Madden 20. Hop in. We've had so many dev trade scenarios that have not gone off. We haven't had one in-season dev trade scenario yet. So when Denzel Mims popped for one, he needed 3 touchdowns or 150 yards. We got him his 3 tutties, and he's now a superstar dev trade. On the bye, we're 6-0-1, have a tie, have yet to lose contracts. This is where it's going to get a little tricky. I'm going to wait on Devin Singletary. He's a tremendous player. I want to see what the dev trade is of that other guy. Because the other guy's an X factor. I mean, Singletary hasn't been crushing it. He's been 900 yards, 1,000 yards, double-digit touchdowns here and there. But if he's not an X factor, if we have an X factor behind him that's locked in to a longer contract, it might be more beneficial. So we're going to wait until we find out the dev trade, and then obviously we'll pop back in and make a decision there. But first up, we will talk about Tremaine Edmonds, who we absolutely want to lock in there. $43 million is very affordable. Same with Dawson Knox at tight end. He's only going to get better. Josh Allen at quarterback. $183 million. I mean, again, we're gambling with him. We did it with Gardner Minshew in the Jacksonville. Didn't quite work out there. I think Josh Allen, though, he's really only had like one kind of meh year, so we'll come back to it. Probably $185 mil. We'll get that done total. I like Cody Ford at right tackle. Usually I'm against playing linemen, but when they're established and when they're a real lineman, I like having real players. I don't just want a bunch of random guys, up and down my team. We got a couple guys here. Zimenez, it's not bad. We got to figure this one out. I think Omenahu a D tackle. If we give him like a 4-year deal, less than a $3 million cap hit, that's not too bad. Zimenez, what is his cap hit at? If we make it a 5-year deal, it's $4 million. We'll get that, and we'll probably cut Shaq Lawson. Shaq Lawson's done shit all since we've extended him. Same with Voshawn Joseph. I'm going to look to extend Voshawn. So, we'll get Voshawn. Clearly, we'll get Cody Ford as well as Josh Allen. And we'll wait on Devin Singletary until we find out the dev trade on Buckner. All right, so we're coming fresh on the tail of like 4 straight losses. We've got everyone else locked in except Singletary. And when I'm looking at it, it's, we got to move on. We got to move on because I was right. Buckner is a superstar X Factor. We might as well make him our starter right now. It's a 2-year age difference. So I suppose we're going to be gambling that Buckner over the next 2 years will be able to close that 10-point overall gap. I think he will. His X Factor ability is max security, which for a guy that's a receiving back, probably not exactly what you want. But it just makes the most sense at this point in time to go with Buckner, and we'll let Singletary hit the market. Year 4, GM wants to congratulate us because we made the playoffs, our second playoff appearance. So we're batting at about 500, which is pretty good. I think we had a divisional title, which we did, which is our second AFC East title of the rebuild. Look at our squad. We're an 88 overall, still with a 91 defense. Denzel Mims, as we saw, went from star to superstar. Riles emerged as a superstar dev lineman. Buckner, superstar X Factor. We're actually going to be shipping out Devin Singletary, even though you're giving up 10 points right there. We're just going to be a little bit smarter with the salary cap. We actually, unfortunately, did have a late season at Oliver. I want to be an X Factor. Unfortunately, it's pretty tough to get defensive guys in the sim to go up in dev trade. Look at the stats here. Josh Allen, pretty good. Playing like a top 10 quarterback. 4,100 yards, 35 touchdowns, 9 picks. So I'm glad that his play is elevating after we paid him big time. Bucks, 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns for Singletary, 704 for Buckner. And we're letting that walk. But when you look at Mims, 1,208, Jefferson, 6-6, 6-3 for Dawson Knox. Buckner also had 406. So that's like, do the math. 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns, or 1,100 yards and 11 touchdowns with way more snaps. You know what I'm saying? So I think we're going to be making the right decision here long-term, going with Buckner over Singletary, which I know if you're a Bills fan watching this, you probably want to keep as many of the known Bills guys with futures with the Buffalo Bills intact, but you got to make a couple decisions. Tough decisions every now and again. Edmonds led the team, 126 tackles, 11 TFLs, 4 sacks, 8.5 sacks at Oliver, 8 for Lawson, 7 for Zimenez, 6 for Basham. Picks are up 3-3-2-2 again. My God. He better be playing well, because Jamal Adams is, from a production standpoint, like, what was he doing with the Jets? So it's our scheme, because he had 7 picks in 2 years with the Jets, and he has 1 in 2 years with us. Not happy about that. MVP went to Ezekiel Elliott. Josh Allen coming in at number 4. AFC, do we have Coach of the Year? Nah. AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Joe Mixon. Josh Allen at 3. Defensive Player of the Year went to TJ Watt. Tremaine Edmonds at 8. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Hillman. Buckner at 3. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to this guy. Fields, Mixon, Renfro, Nelson, Garrett, Watt. Oh, of course, we had nobody. That is so annoying. We don't have individual success, but we do have team success as we kick off our playoff run here against the 8-8 Tennessee Titans. Okay, it's a snow game, and we did play the moments, and we didn't get a single moment till the second quarter. That's not a great start, but it's snow. Come on. Tennessee, I don't even think they get snow in Tennessee. We should have a big advantage here, plus we are a home team. So we take a 3-point lead into the second half. We're playing stingy defense, 10-point lead into the fourth quarter. Yes, sir. 13-point lead in the fourth quarter. We have everything to play for. Unless we choke this one up, we should be able to seal this one out and win. There we go. Executing the drive. 28-21. The Bills get a playoff victory as Josh Allen outduels Justin Herbert as we're moving on to the divisional round. Pittsburgh Steelers in round 2. Another snow game, which we are coming in with experience. Just knocking off the Titans in a snow game. So it's going to be a good battle. They have Justin Fields at quarterback. He's one of the best quarterbacks in this Madden sim. He's going to probably be really good when he enters the NFL in real life. Anyways, that'd be a great transition for the Pittsburgh Steelers organization going from Big Ben Fields. But we're down 3 as we open up the second half. We'll get a touchdown here, 4-point lead. We're playing well. We are honestly playing well offensively. Just we can't be selling for field goals. 7-point lead, fourth quarter. Pittsburgh, you know they're going to tie this one up. So there we go. We have the ball to win it. And we get a touchdown. 2-minute warning. They go for it on fourth down. They get the conversion. They have... Oh, thank God. I was going to say, if they made 2 fourth downs to win that or tie it up, I would be very frustrated. But we win, and we're going to the AFC Championship game on the back of Josh Allen. 340 yards, 4 touchdowns on the day. As we're moving on. The championship game, Super Bowl on the line. It is just a blizzard hitting America over the month of January. We're taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Super Bowl on the line. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. Who wants it more? Who's the better quarterback? Who's the better quarterback for that draft? Was that the same draft? No, it wasn't. Yes, it was. No, it wasn't. Can't remember. Can't remember. Too early in the morning to remember. I feel like it wasn't. Ignore that I said that. And if it is correct, take in what I just said. But we're winning right now. First half lead. Why didn't we get any points on that drive? Very confused. They went for it on fourth. They just got 2 touchdowns literally in the span of 5 seconds. How do you think that? Okay, fourth down will come in. We'll see if we can get a touchdown here that can spark something with this squad. We'll go Buckner out the backfield as the wheel will be our initial read. I'm not gonna lie. We'll just slant cheese potentially with Surratt. I mean, we just need a first down. It doesn't have to be a tutty. But Buckner is wide open out of that backfield. Way too fast. Way too elusive. That's exactly what we need. Need our defense to get a stop so that our offense has a chance to win this game to seal the deal. Let's go. Why? Okay. What is it? 4th and goal on the 2. Let's go inside zone. Inside zone is like the best run. This is a way for Buckner. Is Buckner going to be better than Singletary? If he gets a touchdown here, he is. If he fails to get a touchdown here, we're all going to be living in regret. Super Bowl on the line. And we're going to run it. I mean, let's be honest, Madden is all about running. Oh! Easy. Easy. Great job, offensive line. That's why we're spending top dollar on our O-line there. But there's still 32 seconds. They must have missed a field goal. I think I just had a mini heart palpitation for what just happened there. But we still have found a way to get in the Super Bowl 31-28. I wasn't even going to hop in and play. But when I saw Kansas City get 2 touchdowns in the span of literally 2 seconds of Madden Sim, I was like, all right, no, I'm not having this happen. Josh Allen and Mahomes, fairly similar stat line. Over 100 yards for Denzel Mims on 8 catches. Big performance from him as in year 4 of the realistic rebuild of the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are headed to the Super Bowl. The preview of the Super Bowl matchup is against the 14-1-1 Seattle Seahawks. who are absolutely on one, even though we have the better overall team. They only got three familiar X factors: Russell Wilson, Clowney, and Wagner. I don't really know how they got here, but don't matter. We're gonna roll them. We are gonna roll them. I'm not playing one moment because we had a lot of heavy influence in that AFC Championship game. And it's only year 4 out of 10. This team gonna do it on their own. If they're gonna win a Super Bowl, they're gonna win it on their own. They're gonna beat a 14-1 team, one of the better records I've ever seen a computer have entering a Super Bowl. So our backs are against the wall. Even though we are the more talented team, we have 2 overall point advantage on the Seahawks. Just in game, they are very dominant. Russell Wilson clearly on one. It's looking like a little bit of a one-sided Super Bowl here, as we haven't even crossed the 50 in the second half. Well, you know, we made the Super Bowl. It helps our job security, I think. Just an utterly pathetic performance, though, giving up 45 points when our defense is almost a 90. I guarantee I'm probably the highest overall defense in the game. I guarantee that. And, yeah, sure. I actually will be looking to sign someone, even though Singletary, who looks like he's going to be going right back to the division as the highest available free agent. We did get rid of Shaq Lawson, which freed up $5 million. So where does that take us? Where do we want to look to improve our team? I actually think Jamal Dean's not bad. 28 superstar corner. We could use a safety to replace Micah Hyde. There's just not a whole lot there. Julian Love, hybrid. Our scheme fit here is actually hybrid. We're still locked in with Hyde, though, for contract. I feel like we could bring in another corner for sure. So what do we got for ages here? 27, 28, 25 for Trayvon Mullen. 28, Jamel Dean. Only $11 million over 1 year. He just wants that 1-year contract. Why not? 420. Does it get it done? We'll go with that with 96-point bid. Outside of that, I mean, our team is really good. I don't think we need a lot of anything, to be honest with you. We could use a center. We can draft one. We'll draft a center. We'll put top priority on drafting a center in the draft. Could use a left tackle. We'll draft one of those. Game changer wide receiver. I want Mims, Jefferson, and Surratt to develop and grow. I think all those guys are going to hit high 80s, just not low 90s. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see if we can get in Jamel Dean. If not, no big worries. Hey, we landed Jamel Dean. Cool. So we had a really good draft class, drafting best player available, not necessarily for me because we wanted a center. I didn't find a center. But at pick 31, we get Evan Archambault from Alabama, 77 hidden dev. He's 21. I mean, we don't need a D tackle, but I guess long-term you could look to potentially find a partner in crime for Ed Oliver. Second round, just bringing in a backup quarterback. Again, just going BPA, 69 hidden dev quarterback out of Utah. Third round, we got a 75 D tackle hidden dev out of USC. So, I mean, are these guys like undersized? 305. He's I mean, he could maybe be flexed out to defensive end, depending on, I mean, if they're both, say, superstars, maybe we'll look at doing something like that. I'm not gonna lie, I simmed out the rest of the draft after I made my 2 tackle selections. So, but either way, man, 3 hidden devs, always really good. In our 5th and final year of part 1 for the Buffalo Bills rebuild. Again, we bring the #1 defense in the league that looks to redeem itself after just being straight up embarrassed in the Super Bowl. Here's where our squad's at. No more Devin Singletary. We're going with the younger, better dev trade option in Buckner. Mims is now superstar. I'm happy with our team. I'm happy with our offense for sure. We're lacking a center, but center is arguably the least important spot on the offense after fullback, I would think. Defensively, we got some guys. I think it might be more beneficial right now to go the dev traits over Omenahu. Maybe we try to trade Omenahu. See if there's a center on the trade block potentially. Zimenez went up dev trait, which is great considering he was just a bargain bin find on free agency. We brought in Jamel Dean, superstar dev corner to pair with Trey White. No other changes to the back end there for our team. Let's actually look right now. See if there's any potential trades that we could swing a D tackle for a, is there like even just any lineman? Like, look, there we go. Oh, there's guys. We'll hammer out a trade here. Just give me a sec. We're able to flip Charles Omenahu for a silver dev guard, Goldman from the Giants, who's not undersized guard, but I think he's 6'3". So, I mean, you can slide him into center. A very early buy here in year 5, so it's tough to get a true read on where our team is really at, but we're top of the AFC East for what it's worth through 3 games played. We have some upgrades. We'll just spend these who's this guy? Cool. Get our 58 overall guy developed. We see Ed Oliver here. Big Ed Oliver. Absolutely want to lock him up. We'll give him a 5-year deal. Okay, he wants better. Denzel Mims. Okay, another guy. We're, luckily we haven't spent a whole lot of money in free agency. So all these guys should be somewhat reasonable in terms of bringing them back. We might have to make, we're gonna have to make a decision here. I don't know about Dion Dockey's 29. I think we'll let him walk. Jamel Dean, we'll wait and see where he's at come season's end, and we'll definitely make sure we can extend Ed Oliver. And at the end of year 5, 10-5-1 record secures our third AFC East title of the rebuild. 3 and 5 years, so job security for Sean McDermott. It's established. It is established. I think even if we were one and done this year, which hopefully isn't the case, we got a full 10 years of Sean McDermott in store. Josh Allen, sensational this year. We are the second offense in the league. Defense wasn't that great, but Josh Allen is going up a dev trade. He is going to be a superstar. 4,700 yards, 44 touchdowns, the 10 picks, a outstanding year. But then again, when you look at the draft assets, what do we got? First round, second round. We have a first and 2 second-round picks at wide receiver. You expect that the offense really reaches its max potency. Under 1,000 yards for Buckner. This is his first year as our lead back. We decided to go with him over Devin Singletary, and at face value, not an amazing decision. But, he also got 604. So he finished with 1,500 yards from scrimmage and 10 touchdowns. That's outstanding. 780, almost 809 for Jefferson, 840 and 12 for Surratt, 1,006 for Dawson Knox, 1,212 for Denzel Mims. So pretty much breakout years and career years for almost everybody on the offense. Defensively, tackles 3 guys over 100. Milano actually had a really nice year there. 10 sacks at Oliver, 18 for Cam Pierman, 7 for Basham, 6 for Milano, 6 for Zimenez. 3 picks for Micah Hyde leading the team. The veteran, the old dog, long in the tooth. Josh Allen is your NFL MVP. Beautiful. Coach of the year, of course. Dermott's not getting any respect. Offensive player of the year, Josh Allen. Defensive player of the year went to Miles Jack. Matt Milano coming in at 6. Offensive rookie of the year. Defensive rookie of the year went to Cam Pierman, who wasn't even our first round D tackle. He was the guy we got in the 3rd round. I don't know how he got in the field that much, but sweet. Best QB, Josh Allen. Best wide receiver, Denzel Mims. He's sitting at a superstar dev. That could be a bump up to X Factor. Surratt at 6. Offensive line, no one. D-line, Miles, Ed Oliver, runner-up. Okay, hell yeah. The coming out party of Josh Allen. Year 5, better late than never. 44 touchdowns as we enter the wild card round. Have to run the gauntlet, and it all starts against the 9-7 Jacksonville Jaguars. It's the snow game. I don't know why we always play at snow, but we do. It's just something that happens in Buffalo. They get thrown through flaming tables, and you play football games in this cold weather. Now, we should be dominating a team from Florida that has literally no experience in cold weather. The only cold weather they get is when they have their 5 games in London because they can't sell at their own stadium. So it looks like this is going to be a tied game, 7-8 apiece, everything to play for in the second half. Come on, we have the MVP, Josh Allen. At minimum, give me 1 playoff win. If we don't even get 1 playoff win in our best, most successful year, I'm going to be just a little bit peeved, a little disappointed. We're up 1 in the 4th quarter. And then we turned the ball over in our own red, and we turn it over again. What did he have? How many turnovers did he have? That's all I'm going to say. Here, I'm not going to break a controller because it's Madden. Madden's stupid. But, the MVP. 4 picks. We're going to end it. 5 years, 3 divisional titles, and 1 MVP for Josh Allen, and 1 and done against the 9-7 Jags with 4 interceptions. It's the way she goes. It's the way she goes sometimes. We got everything to play for the second part of the Bills rebuild, which will be coming out Saturday. So hopefully we can get a Super Bowl there and add another team to the successful rebuild list. But that does it for me today, guys. Thank you for watching. As always, make sure you wash your hands, all that nonsense. If you're going, again, I made a public service announcement. If there's a way for you, if you have a March break or something, because everyone, March break, spring break here in Canada, March break, and there's a way you can cancel. If there's a way you can cancel. No one gives a shit about your Instagram. Don't come back. Don't get sick. Okay? That's my PSA at the end of this video, trying to make it so I'm not going to destroy my controller for Josh Allen throwing 4 picks in the wild card round, even though he won MVP, even though he only had 10 picks all year. That does it for me today, guys. Thank you for watching. As always, your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button if you enjoyed it. Until next time, it's C4 saying peace.
Money I'm spending, I'm out and I'm shopping. You talking that shit, well you talking to talking. Look at my options, look at me dropping. Ass in the game, like who are you stopping? Not me, not me, not never.